the bands, unsurprisingly, not changed up. And if T1 are following their draft priority up until this point, it's going to be Ziggs, and it's going to be Smolder on the opposing end.
What, you think they're going to pick Smolder? You think they're going to play Smolder again after these 3 games? Zeka's been popular. Oh, they're even going to give
a
Viper Jhin. That is a change. Last time they picked the Sedge, but Viper's been having such a great series on this pick, and they're confident with this. This is going to be somewhat reminiscent of that game 2 with the Nidalee Tristana coming in again.
So we already ran it kind of back, and then we're just doing that again. We're just
it's a different order.
Yeah, different order, and obviously I do expect there to be changes towards the second half of the draft, but so far a lot of similarities again. And on blue side, I think you can get away with a lot more, but it doesn't make me very excited, right? I would have much rather seen something on the counter-pick territory. You can even go for the Cassante yourself. T1 obviously likes to play a lot more aggressive. We've seen what they've done in the series thus far. The Camille, the Zeri in last game. Leona, I think, is the no-brainer here, but they are going to maybe save the counter-pick for Delight, as there's a lot of flex that can happen with this.
Flex top support pick.
Yeah, we don't really know where it's going.
Yeah, like, not fully giving away information here. We've seen the Poppy support come out.
It's probably support.
Value.
Most likely.
Yeah.
But also, like, it could be a situation where you're expecting Leona to come out the other side. You have the W to block the Leona. You have the ult to disengage, and they'll go for the Corki top. I don't like this, because now your only setup is this Leona, and there's a Poppy and a Sejuani to run interrupt. It's going to be counter pick into this, and this setup just isn't there. So T1 are kind of hoping that HANWHA eSports just stand there and let them poke them.
It's consistent with the T1 game plan, which is try to win lane and then win
Nasus.
but the Nasus shouldn't really come as a surprise. And I, again, want to reiterate, the one game that T1 won was off of the back of an absolute hero play. That game could have very well gone to HANWHA. So T1 gonna try it here again, but you gotta imagine HANWHA. Look at this. They have Poppy into a bunch of champions with dashes. They have a limited amount of front line. Nasus is gonna be very hard to get through in the mid game, and there's still Smolder Jhin.
Yeah, I think it's rough. I think honestly, if T1 don't get early
draft gap, we'll see what the gameplay looks like though as we hop into the red for game number 4. Game number 4 begins with Owner poking Peanut out. And this is what you want to do if you're going to pick the Nidalee blind, expecting Sejuani. You need to put on some pressure and you need to be useful. See the way that Peanut's kind of walking around here. He doesn't go directly into his jungle. Given a little time. There's a ward on the blue buff that might spot out Peanut, but yeah, Owner's just going for a clear. Faker's hopping forward, just hoping to do a little bit of harass and maybe hold the wave here. Zeka's like, well, okay, I will get some stacks, and I have TP and you don't, so I'm just going to take my stacks back and then TP back to lane.
It's actually so good for Zeka, because he was low on mana, he wanted to recall anyway, and now he ends up getting a situation where he gets a reset and can TP. Faker was thinking of TPing with the wave frozen there, but he knows that Zeka's just going to come in and shove it in, so he's kind of trapped in a rough situation. Lane hasn't really been going stellar for Faker so far in this game, and this is one of the things with the champion like Smolder is sometimes you get these really strong scaling picks, and it's not just the fact that obviously Smolder's really strong late game, because he always has been, even when he wasn't showing up, but it's also like the power he has early as well. His early trades, his wave clear, is why he's so formidable, because you can't just stomp him into the ground. You know, we see picks like Kassadin for a good reason, but Smolder just still has a strong laning phase and is a monster late game.
Yeah, especially when you're going Grasp and you're also getting Grasp stacks. And meanwhile, Delight's here, he just flashes in, it's a free kill on a Faker, and now he's able to deny the entry from Owner. First Blood will go over to Delight, which is the only good thing for T1, but HANWHA eSports are eating good here in this early game.
And I'm pretty sure that they knew this as well. It felt like they were trying to set up a bait with Owner.
We've seen a lot of this Jhin Ziggs this series, and it feels like it just gives Delight so much freedom.
Oh, the root's going to be rooted down. He's at least able to hop away, but I'm not sure he's getting away from this one. It looks like HLE eSports do not want to overchase. But again, you're a Tristana in mid already losing lane, and you still don't have TP.
And look at this. The wave is man. The wave is pushing away from you. You don't have teleport.
And that really sets up this entire early game for LLEG Esports. We haven't looked too much at the top lane. Looks like Zeus is doing pretty well early on into the Nasus, which, I mean, it's CORKI into melee, and the Wither can only do so much early on. He's just farming away his Doran. So that top lane not really having a big effect just yet, but maybe Zeus can get something going on the top side for T1, because that's really the one lane where things are going well for them. The bottom side is pretty even at this point, although I would say that Viper's had a bigger effect on the map and on bullying Faker.
You know, they are now looking for something. Might find Carrier here.
Delight is always there, and he's in bot this time around. Carrier, he's got the Eclipse, but I don't know if he's got legs to stand on anymore. Down he'll go. Just a lack of vision, and now they leave Kuma alone in the bottom side that way, but again, it's not the proactive Ziggs that we have looked for. And now we're going to open up here on a Zeus, really on the angle there. Zeus, not much room to go for. He's going to try to flash away, and there's not enough stuns coming in. Here's Delight again, he's everywhere, and he'll take a bunch of damage as well. So now maybe an angle for T1 to go for these scrubs.
Actually, it's not looking that bad here. Peanut holds onto the ultimate. I think could have used it, but maybe wasn't sure whether they had the damage. That's no Viper ult, so that should be 6 scrubs for T1, which is a very, very necessary dub in their column.
4
5
scrubs?
is still there. Just 4 is already
5?
decent. I think 5 you can just take and peace out, which it looks like that's what they're doing, because they obviously don't have Zeus really in this equation, so they don't want to overstep.
Yeah, I mean, even though you get the second Void Grub, the difference in the burn, obviously, between 5 and 6 is not big. They'll still shred towers. Now HLE moving towards the Dragon, and with it being Ocean then Chemtech, which, in my opinion, two of the weakest souls.
Viper in a very awkward spot in the top lane. That's a big one to the face, and Viper just walks it off, but at the same time, I mean, he's top. Now, the TP was used by Zeus, so he can't really get to this fight either. Zeka just walks that one off. Yeah,
Carrier trying to find an angle to Zeka, but I think it's big that T1 try and contest this Dragon, because if you give 2 over to HLE and a strong soul, you're a mistake away from being in a really uncomfortable position given over soul points. So Owner is trying to set up on this now. HLE are hovering around.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have Viper yet, so it doesn't really feel like they can fight. The top laner champions don't have their teleports at the moment, so T1 just trying to get this one down and in their column. Faker's going to take the aggro, which actually resets the Dragon a little bit. T1 feeling the pressure now. Viper, here comes the helicopter trying to get somebody out of this one. It will be Carrier that is sent flying, and they say thank you for the leash. They'll take the Dragon, and it's Mountain Soul up next. HLE Esports basically run away with the free
200
objective.
stacks.
All right, trying to get on top of the Poppy. That's pretty brave, but they have enough damage with the Nidalee just to follow up. But Delight is holding, waiting. He's still got his flash, and he really wants to use it. He is, and then he just dies anyway. I really liked how he was holding it and not using it, and then he used it.
Kept holding it.
And then I really didn't like that part. Okay, nice dodge from Zeus, but he doesn't have his flash, and yeah, he's pretty dead. 1 Q will get the job done, so HLE Esports at least are able to trade it back.
Okay, Delay, we got to give you some flack for that one, because that was the previous game.
And the turrets.
And with 5 grubs, this is going to go down very quick. Should be able to get first turbo as well. Yes, Nessus pushes fast, but not as fast as a Tristana with 5. Whew.
I think the problem is, though, is that HLE trade towers, but also get Herald. So now T1 might feel like they need to get more in this situation, but the light is here. Protect Zeka. Zeka has tons of wave clear, so
the ultimate from Viper, you're just never getting out. Your first call needs to be the right one. 260 stacks now for Doran, so inside is going to be a menace. There's that Herald you were talking about, Ox.
Yeah, won't be able to get the tower, but just put some pressure down. I'm not sure about this. I feel like mid would have been better, but maybe they just thought they wouldn't find a window there. Now they are looking for Doran.
Yeah, he's kind of getting baited into this one, and Faker just going to hop away. Doran now flashes into the T1 jungle. Zeke's even trying to get on in there. Doran 1 Q away and nearly takes off Zeus' head, as Yaki will go down to the explosive shot, but that got a little bit spicy.
But you know, Zeus was just top lane, you know, where the Herald went, so he TPs for the kill, but they give it.
Gonna have to land a lot of poke. T1, this is a must-get for them. If HANWHA gets Soul Point of a Mountain Soul into this poke composition, they're going to be in deep trouble.
Well, both the teams are going to fight for it. Doran's taking the long way around. He doesn't have his flash anymore, but here comes the Delight. Oh, it's not going to hit anything, as it's like he was going to be pushed away from that one. So the Drake does go over to their side. There's the clear from the Ziggs, and all of a sudden, T1 get the Drake. They don't lose a turret, and nothing else much happens. Feels pretty good for T1.
Yeah, really well played. Good poke landed. They had the setup first. They didn't get hit by the Poppy ult. You know, Guma was ready with the interrupt, but was out of range. And
is that a satchable tower?
Oh, it might just be.
Yeah, we're going to see another ult try to clear the wave, but yeah, that is a satchable tower. Down it goes! And Guma is able to take it down.
And you know what else? He's building Leandries, which is completely the right call into this bulky front line, but he's been very big on the Horizon focus. Leandries Ziggs will do a lot of damage here, and you know, things were a bit doom and gloom for T1, but they navigated that passage of play from...
But it certainly feels like a close game, and I think that HANWHA will try to fight harder over the next ones. And the turn's going to go down here probably, but it looks like Faker's looking to trade in top side with
going to take another
as
wave.
Well.
They might look for an inner if HANWHA overstay towards bot side.
They get it. They understand. But yeah, I just think this is why Ziggs is so good in these cross maps, because he's so good at taking towers.
They're beginning to believe.
We're watching them learn Ziggs in real time, guys!
They're doing it! But yeah, so they deny the push on the bot side, slow it down. I don't think they're going to be able to pressure more on the top side, but they're doing a good job of just pushing the pace of the game. So, getting there.
Yeah, he's got a lot. Zeka feels like not as fast as we saw in Game 3. Viper just kind of running away from everything, but he's going to get satcheled into the wall and has to flash away. Already cleansed the solar flare, and that's right before this dragon is about to spawn in 30 seconds.
The poke is landing, and HANWHA they might be able to hold on to this mid turret. Do have a lot of ranged wave clear, but it looks like 25 seconds on the clock. Doran, he can obviously make it, is already on his way. Zeka has TP, but no sums on Viper. That's quite big, and Peanut has the back as well. We'll see TPs coming in. I think HANWHA still want to try and contest this. Still 10 seconds towards the Drake. It would be a really big win for T1 if they can get this.
Yeah, Doran TPing in here to try and defend the tower. It just takes some poke for it.
Nah, he is Nasus. He'll be able to heal up a bit. But yeah, very nice setup here for T1, but they don't know about this ward. So maybe they're going to have an inkling now that it is there. T1 trying to hang around. They will clear that out. And really want to take down the second dragon, but they're being very careful about it.
And it's just so hard to approach, and they're taking so much damage anytime anyone steps up.
Faker getting withered and taking a bunch of poke, and now Carrier's got to flash away. Not the cleanest setup around this one, and now HANWHA Esports are going to take over control of this very important rush.
Bot wave is knocking on the doors, but doesn't look like HANWHA is really going to care. They want to secure this dragon. Zeka is off on his own, but I don't think T1 knows about it. Now they will.
I mean, they're going to spot him coming on in. Zeka just kind of an awkward spot. He will be able to call down Mom from here, but he's not really in the fight for what it's worth. He's looking to maybe engage with the blast cone as CORKI, as now it's just flanking CORKI, and there goes the Leona. Mom comes down, they're just trying to zone them away, burst down the dragon, and that they will. They take down the mountain, and now they're so close to this one. Zeka has to flash out of here. They want to take the fight afterwards, but the zoning that is coming in is pretty big, but there's the Leona into it, but the light is right on top of him. Peanut also gets away, but Viper's still in a lot of trouble, will be taken down, and T1, they're getting resets. They're looking for more. Looks like they'll only get the one kill, and the dragon is taken by HANWHA Esports.
This is the problem. They don't get the dragon. The resets don't come in all the way.
I think they just want to pressure this Baron. TP called in, and they say, Faker, get over here. We're doing the Baron. 5 members of T1 have already started up this objective. They're looking for the turn onto Peanut, who is incredibly tanky, and Carrion now over the wall, taking damage from the Smolder. This follow-up is not there, and it's just a free Leona, and the call is not clean on the turn from T1, and they just lose their support.
I'm just not sure what the game plan there was, because you don't have the damage to burst.
Particular, not going to work as a
1v1, a little bit of help from the Ziggs, and it's just a trade. Guma trying to help out, trying to get over there on time, but it's actually a shutdown that's given over to Zeka.
But look at the respawn timers. Zeka has TP and Faker doesn't, and
it's definitely been kind of the way it's been going. You know, T1 have the gold lead, but it feels like HLE Esports are getting these little wins, and this time around it feels bigger because this is for Mountain Soul.
They can hard force. They know SACA is going to be up in 8 seconds. TP's available. T1, they need a miraculous steal, but I don't know if Owner can get to the pit, especially not with the light there.
That's so difficult for them. There's the TP, and it's just 4v5. What do you do except run away as Keria? Owner thinking about getting in there, but it's not going to happen. He throws the spear, runs away. That's Mountain Soul given over to HLE Esports 29 minutes into the game.
And once again, T1 try and make a proactive play. Looks like a decent idea, but the backfire hurts them so much. The light going effective.
Oh, okay.
No.
It's about sending a message.
I was concerned for both of them.
He's tanky now, right? Mountain Soul, and the thing is, if that means an extra Nidalee Q, an extra Ziggs Q, just to burst through the shield, it's so hard. They're starting the Baron.
Oh, a lot of ults are down here for HLE. I don't know if that's enough, but T1 is going to try.
They're going to send it. We'll see if it works out for them. Peanut is in the pit. The Solar Flare doesn't hit anything, and it goes to Peanut. The steal comes in, and T1 might just get wiped here. They've got Doran in the front line for HANWHA. He's going to flash the wall. Down will go Faker in the execution. And even potential for the Penta. It's not going to happen, but HLE Esports with this team fight win, take a massive lead in this game.
And T1, it felt like they were in a desperate position after losing the soul, but HLE don't hesitate at all. They move forwards and crush their hopes of the Mountain Soul. They can start to do some real damage to structures. I don't think it's a game ender, but with Baron as well, there's not going to be much left of the base after they have their way with it.
Nexus might not go down, but maybe we can call it a game ender nonetheless. The gold now gonna spike. The map control that T1 so desperately needed going to be denied.
They were able to find a really big one. And again, guys, this is for Worlds. World Seed would go over to HANWHA if they win it here. And now they've caught another one as down will go Owner. And they're looking to maybe end this one. We've seen some Red Bull Baron power plays in this one, but no 7,000 gold Red Bull Baron power plays until now.
And HLE, full control of the map. Doran pushing in the side lane. No one that can answer him. Owner ends up going down. And SACA just gets the precious cues with the rapid fire. And barring a miracle, it looks like HLE, the heavy favorites coming in today, actually going to deliver on that, going to go up against Gen G tomorrow and punch their ticket to Worlds.
T1 just trying to clear the waves for the time being. The wave clear's there, but it's a struggle against the Baron. 2 inhibitor towers already down, and this can just play around the rapid fire to pressure this one. Look at the damage!
Oh god, and they're gonna throw this on top of Zeka, but it's actually Faker who's in danger of going down, and now the turret will fall. It's actually an 8,200 Baron power play by the end of it all. And HLE Esports are knocking on the door of their seed to the finals, to Worlds. And I don't think T1 have legs to stand on anymore. We've got a 7,000 gold lead for HANWHA. HLE in control of this game. Will they end it here is really the only last question. They're going to take every inhibitor that they can and everything that they can away from T1.
I think T1 just have to try and force something. If they lose triple inhib with Elder in 2 minutes, the game's over. But the opportunity is just not there.
And they just don't really have an angle as Peanut taking a bit of damage here, but the light just holds up the helicopter. Keria blocks a lot, but you've already lost your inhibitor. That's a bit of damage. But at the end of the day, it's Mountain Soul.
It's just a bit. Locket is there. Might not even wait till then, but I think HLE, as you're saying, like, why take a risk when you can just play for the guaranteed? We're gonna get Elder. We're gonna push in with the triple inhib, and we're gonna end the game.
Why have one smolder when you can have 5?
Yeah.
738 stacks and Doran as well.
Yeah.
They're taking a good route though. They're actually. I don't think they're going to make it in time. We'll see.
HLE can just peel off.
TP as well, but yeah, it's just the turn from HANWHA, and a bit of damage comes in, but the stopwatch, oh, the 6 damage is massive, actually, in that push, but do they have enough to take out HANWHA? Peanut has to flash away, but Viper flashes in. He's getting so low, but Zeus takes him down. Owner and Zeus, the last hope of T1, but they will not take out Zeka. That will do it. HLE Esports take the 3-1 victory tonight.
and we will be denied the repeat T1 Gen.G finals. HLE gonna break up the streak. They're gonna go to finals. They're gonna go to Worlds. HLE coming strong with a 3-1 victory over T1.